Welcome to my live stream Sunday night. I'm going to be going for maybe an hour or so this evening. Should I use a capo tonight? Probably not. Call Danny. I remember you. Absolutely. I hope you're doing well. I try to live stream 7 nights a week these days. I'm not always successful. And not all the streams are very great, I know. A lot of them are a little lackluster. But I'm just entertaining the idea that repetition is the name of the game when it comes to trying to do what I am trying to do. And doing something over and over again can feel a little bit maddening, but at the same time, it's what I love to do. I love playing. I love trying things and talking and seeing wonderful people that I truly appreciate. And I will never be grateful enough, and that's just what I have to live with. I'll never be grateful enough. I try to be as grateful as I possibly can be. Sometimes I just don't think I'm doing a very good job. Hello, Amelia. Hello, Danny. Welcome to my live stream. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm a man on a mission sitting in his kitchen, doing his best to keep his dreams alive. This brain of mine is trying to talk me out of it, but simultaneously making me go right at it. Gator, never been about playing no shit. No, 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 no. Gator, never been about playing no shit. Thank you so much. Hello, Binzi is cooking. Thank you and welcome to my live stream. I really appreciate it, Mr. Yates. I can assure you that I never have any plan when I sit down to stream. I never have any set list. I never know what I'm just going to do. I'm sorry if I use bad language sometimes. Thank you for subbing. I really appreciate it. And I want to give you a warning that I have found it most entertaining recently to sing the comments as I see them. Not all the time. And not every single comment. But just remember that if you don't want to see or hear your words sung back to you in a song, then I might sing them, I might not, but that's just my style. I never have any idea of what I'm going to do. Sweet. Bad language once in a while, it's okay. I try to avoid it. Thank you so much. So I think it is my answer to the AI revolution is that I want to prove that I am 100% analog by saying what's on the screen and coming up with like a unique code, an analog code in the form of a melody. And interesting. Can you do? I like it. Can you do what I say? Except shut up for the rest of the day. I'm a pretty good dad. I would give myself a B-, and I know that's probably harsh. Queen Cabbage has a real head on her shoulders, and I barely know her. The pancakes rule. Yes they do, yes they do, yes they do. The pancakes rule. I had pancakes the other day, and I made some bacon, and at night I had a pizza with cheese. Butter is not optional, butter is essential, and I understand why people are trying to be very healthy. It's okay to eat butter on occasion, just like it's great to have a burrito. What I screw on, I'm nice. Yes, I make a song on the words on the screen. I like to sing the words on the screen. People have such beautiful thoughts. People are funny, people are random, people are strange, people are in all kinds of moods. And I wonder which one you're in, but I could never truly know. Wait, God, you're stressed. I'm sorry you're so stressed, or you're experiencing a lot of stress at the moment. That is not the ideal, is it? Well, I hope that maybe I can help you get a little unstressed. I remember school. I sometimes thought it was cool. Never wear shoes at the Oregon Country Fair. Drugs are bad for some. I know I love to sing the words on the screen. I know what I mean. Oh, I eat cheese. I wish I had such a simple life, honestly. Oh, I eat cheese. I wish I had such a simple life, honestly. Thank you, Dr. Know What Where. I'm making songs out of the comments. Cheese. I love cheese. I love it on crackers. I love it on a pizza. I'm warning you, with peace and love I have too much to do. So no more fan mail, thank you, and no objects to be signed, nothing. Peace and love, peace and love. I send you peace of love, peace and love as well. Outside of the box is where I live. Outside of the box is where I live. It's always raining this side of the wall. It's weird. Ed Sheeran from Walmart. That's okay, I'll take the comparison. Hello, Pollux. If that has a date on the envelope, it's going to be tossed. I'm warning you, with peace and love, too much to do. So no more fan mail and no objects to be signed. I've gotta say, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. If you don't want me to sing your words, then stop commenting. It's as simple as that. Believe me, I know this is a very strange thing to do. I barely have any songs on the menu. All I do is speak in melody. And I know it's weird. Believe me, I have so much fear. I sit here in my kitchen. I'm a man on a mission. Have I lost my mind? Have I gone off the tracks to pursue a dream? It's not as easy as it seems. Rebellion to tyrants is obedience to God. I don't know if anything is set in stone. Could it be possible that we are all programmed? Or could it be possible you've been lied to all your life? DIY cookies, mix butter, sugar, and egg, and vanilla, add flour, baking soda, and a pinch of salt. Stir in the chocolate chips, scoop onto a baking tray. Bake at 350 degrees, 175 Celsius for 10 to 12 minutes. Let cool and enjoy. Hello, Wix Blair. Hopscotch, hopscotch. I'm baking cookies in a song. It reminds me that I like butterscotch pudding sometimes. I have no idea what I'm doing, yet I keep doing it. Have I lost my mind? Me and my friends were drunk in a bag, and I hit one of us down, they got rabies. When a doctor's a doctor, does the doctor doing the doctoring? Doctor as the doctor being doctored wants to be doctored, or does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as he wants to doctor? I assure you I'm dizzy too. I thought a thought, but the thought I thought was not the thought I thought. Sometimes I love reading the comments and singing them out loud. It's my thing. It's my aura. It's so much fun to read the words that someone else thought of. The melody, the chords, and the rhythm are the easiest part. I love you too, Doodlebug, Franklin, Irvin. Sometimes I wonder if I've lost my mind. Have I gone off the tracks? Did it happen miles ago? Suddenly he heard footsteps behind him. He turned around, but nobody was there. Awake, shake dreams from your Harry, my pretty child. My sweet one, use the day, use the sign of your day, the day's divinity, the day's divinity. Awake, shake dreams from your hair, my pretty child, my sweet one, use the day, use the sign of your day and the day's divinity. You are not the only one to see your life come undone. That's twice now I've heard the name Ed Sheeran. Somebody called me a Walmart Ed Sheeran, and I could not decide if that was a good thing or if I should cry. Yes, an epic guitar solo would be sick. Ooh, that is so Jack Black. How can you kick me out of his mind? Well, I will just say that other people sing and play guitar as well. And I think Jack Black has proven himself to be quite voluminous in his artistic offerings. So I ask you kindly, give me some time. I never sing like a metal singer, at least not yet. I find my crappy singing technique gets kind of rougher to sing with if I growl and scream, 'cause I admit I don't have the technique. I don't have the best technique, but I have my own technique. I'm trying to sing perfect all the time. I'm trying to sing perfect, but I'm rarely perfect, so I will just try to sing my best. I hope it's good enough. I hope it's good enough. I rarely want to take breaks. Sometimes I just want to play through the whole hour, the whole hour. Sometimes I make mistakes, but that's all part of the game. I got insomnia, but I know I love sleeping just the same. In a weird way, not being able to sleep is almost like saying being awake is better. That's sort of a weird way to look at it, I know. But sometimes it can be beneficial. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Blessing to Jerry Garcia on the 31st of his passing, not fade away. A man run towards a forest while the moon is hitting, searching for the light, a light that can save him from the claws of the damned souls. I got my exams, I got a plan ahead, I gotta learn all kinds of stuff, because if I don't get a good score, it will affect my future in such a profound way. I ask you, will you consider the possibility that we are so very programmed? They've done such an effective job of brainwashing us all. We miss you, Jerry. It's been 31 years. Yes, we miss you, Jerry. Throw your homework on the fire and take the car downtown. Throw your phone on the fire and take the car downtown. It's a good question. I think you're asking, like, what is the term for playing without singing words but humming along? That's a good question. A wordle. I know that's probably not a word, but like absence of words. I love writing songs that way. And as you can tell, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. Hello, Derek. Hello, TTV, that killer. Hello, Pollux. You're the best. Mr. Yates. You guys write some really interesting stuff, and I love it. I love doing this. I hope it's abundantly clear. I watch others on the YouTubes do their music, write their music, create their art, and I find myself loving when I see new content from them. So it's like I'm trying to chase a dream here, and it's a very narrow thing to chase. Like, just playing your own songs every night, every performance is a dangerous game. I played Friday night, then a gig Saturday afternoon, then I played Friday night as well, and I did all of my own songs the entire time. And I love you being a part of it. I love being able to read your words and put it into melody. It's okay that you missed it. I have all of my streams, all my live streams are available on my channel. And I don't have any idea if they're boring or not. I have no clue. All I know is that in the research that I have done, I have found that this particular spot, reading these particular words with you particular people, is the rocket fuel for my mission. And that mission is hard to articulate, but basically it is that I want to break into bigger and bigger venues doing almost this exact same thing. Almost like when you come to the show, you expect sort of a presentation of music as opposed to like, I'm going to play song, which I love shows that are song. I have nothing against that at all. But my particular style is basically to say, every time I open the floodgates of my mind, I find there's never enough time to let all of it fully go through. So, by reading your comments and singing them out loud, also just speaking to them, it's musical improvisational, exactly. And improvisation for me is a difficult thing to describe. I think it is partially why the rest of my life is difficult for me to function well in. Because all day long inside my head is the experience that I just had for a few hours, and the day before, and the day before, and the week, and the month, and the year before. I've been doing this a long time. So I understand that there is a variety, millions of creators out there. Holy cow, it's overwhelming. There's a tsunami that's never cresting, and you just feel like a speck of sand in a vast desert, you know? Monophonic singing, or monophony. I don't know. Is it monophony or monophony, I wonder? But that's really cool. That's interesting to know. I like learning new things. I searched and it's called monophonic singing or monophony. It goes something like this. Do 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 do. Do do do. The opposite of cacophony. It's the opposite of cacophony. I have to dust off my ukulele. I'm going to have to dig out my kazoo, otherwise known as a kazoo. I have to dust off my ukulele. I'm going to have to dig out my kazoo. I'm gonna have to play along with this guy sitting in his kitchen. A man on a mission. You have 17 guitars and you don't play any of them. May I point out the obvious? It's because you haven't been inspired to. But if you could, you would snap your fingers and become inspired. I know that feeling of losing all inspiration. Sometimes weeks have gone by and I haven't played, but I miss it, I miss it, I miss it. I could never take weeks off again in my life. That's why I learned the guitar, so I can play wherever you are. A piano is a much more specific instrument that requires more space and fewer neighbors. A man on a mission with an ambition, sitting in the kitchen. I want to state for the record that if I did this in front of an audience of thousands of people, I would be okay with that. In fact, I would be inspired. You gotta love what you do. This guy looks like one. Love what you do. This guy looks like one. Yes, so that's me on the record, all right? That is me stating for the record books, the history books, I am a man on a mission with an ambition sitting in his kitchen. I've got a condition that makes it impossible for me to stop doing what I'm doing. And I believe that makes me an exceptionally weird person. There, I said it. I'm okay with being a weird person. I'm okay with being somewhat of a... There's a thunderstorm going on in my brain all the time. Which is a good thing and a bad thing. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes I can look at the thunder and the lightning and it's dead silent. But I see the flashes of light. That's my thinking process. Sometimes I feel consumed by a hurricane. So it makes it difficult for me and the rest of during the day to figure out how other people function without getting to go through the hours of playing music. Almost like a meditation. I'm around people that will never even come close to experiencing such an experience. And I think, again, that makes me an exceptionally weird person. Maybe not in my attire or my dwelling. I do not look exceptionally weird. In fact, I probably look exceptionally bland. And that's okay. That's partially by design. Because the mission that I'm on of playing music as my living requires me to be as passionate as I possibly can be for as long as I possibly can be, and try not to remember that I have to punch into work tomorrow morning and do the same thing over and over again. With people I love and respect, the job itself I don't hate. It's just that I am ready to not apply for another job again, never fill out another application, but say my application for employment is my live stream progress, and for months and months and months I've been doing it. So that's my application process for the next step to become a professional artist, a professional musician, is that I would enjoy stating for the record that I would not change what I do in front of the camera for you incredible people. If given the opportunity to play in front of a large audience, I would want to have a variety of musical and musical groups or solo. I would want to have a bassist and a guitarist for a tour. Keep it simple. I would need to get used to being on tour. I would need to get used to being somebody in the spotlight. And that's terrifying to me. But at the same time, I would love to be able to narrate the process of what I'm experiencing in real time with you, the world. I would look forward to telling you what it feels like. In one sense, it's great when artists hold a lot back and there's a wall of mystery where you can't quite figure them out. But I think it is also good to have that dam occasionally spring a leak. And if that leak is only a fraction of what's behind the dam, I'm okay with being fairly descriptive in my offerings as to what's going on in this skull of mine. So, subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, share the channel. It's been growing so wonderfully recently. I have been so incredibly pleased and satisfied and eager to keep going because I want to get to 1,000 subscribers and I also want to get to 10,000. And my application process will be how many people I can reach in the shortest period of time before it's enough people that's a tipping point to realize this guy, let's give him an opportunity to get on a big stage. Let's find out what he can do. He looks boring, but he has some songs that I find interesting, and maybe he says the occasional interesting thing that could potentially inspire somebody's mind or get them upset so then they delete his channel, never want to see his garbage presentations again. So, this is essentially my daily vlog, which is not a word anyone says anymore, and I get that. So let's say it's just my daily stream. Let's just say that this is my video diary. Let's just say that I have been keeping a diary on my phone and a written one this whole time for many years. And I can safely say I'm at 497 subs, and that is a very short period of time. It went from 4 to almost 500. And that breaks my brain. That says that if I'm filling out this application, that my potential employer, my boss, is reading the application in real time and thinking to themselves, well, looks like this might be a good investment. Let's see what this guy can do. Thank you for subscribing. Help me get to 1,000, to 10,000, to 100,000, to 500,000, to 2 million, to 5 million, to 30 million. And the crazy thing is, these days, it happens so fast, it's like lightning where you blink and all of a sudden, pow. I've seen it happen on the YouTubes. And yes, I love pluralizing YouTubes. It makes me sound like such a goober. And I have no defense. I am at least a certain percentage goober. Whatever you want to describe a goober as, yes, I get it. But that's not all of me. I am not 100% anything in particular. In fact, the percentages are usually ebbing and flowing. And that's an important thing to know about me holding back a lot of my artistic intents and letting out this one stream of water through a crack in the dam. I want to believe that I would be a good employee for my boss. My boss would say, "You're not being productive enough," and I would say, "You're right." And I would play for 2 hours straight. And I do it 100% with joy, glee and joy, glory. I do it with glory. I do it with a euphoric passion that is impossible to describe. So I just have to through a series of presentations, try to convey a message that is very difficult to convey. And it's complicated. Do I feel like we live in a hyper reality? Casey Jones, 11, I think that is a very interesting question. And I would have to answer yes. But I would have to say that in my time on this planet, I wonder how much programming I have actively going on inside me. Like, how brainwashed am I? And how much of me is just me, untouched by the programming? I don't know. And I don't think the programming is necessarily terrible. I honestly don't. I think if we are partially brainwashed, there is some value to that. You could argue that we need to be made more predictable creatures in order to hit economic projections that we have mapped out, say, in 10 years. There's an engineering that goes on to a society, and every, I think, country does it to a certain degree. And that engineering is for a purpose, and I honestly say that I see why they do it, but I also understand the value in ignoring it, undoing it, creating your own thing while you have the time. And that creation on your own is offered to the world, and I don't mind it being absorbed like a ripple going out into a totally flat body of water. Like a lake that's totally flat, like a mirror, and you drop one pebble in. The ripples go out for so long. You can watch them disappear, and then the surface of the water goes back to being flat again. And the interesting thing about the pond metaphor, in my opinion, is that the perception of the ripple going outwards is that the water is moving, and it's not. It's an illusion. The water is technically going up and down, but that is the energy moves through, and it's the energy that makes it's fascinating how water works. I'll just say that. So yes, on this mission to get as many subs as possible, I want to be able to promise that what made me good maybe will stay the same. What made me moderately enjoyable won't change and just turn into a total douchebag. Can something be real if it's a copy of a copy? It's a good question. Well, one of the questions that I would ask in return is, how unique are we if we are made up of DNA? Ship of Theseus. Interesting. Am I a copy of two human beings? I don't know. If I play it out, those two human beings were copied by two other human beings. And copy is not a good metaphor in this sense, I know, because you are not entirely copied. It's not like a carbon copy. the next generation of two different people put together with other DNA. So you're like three different things at once, which is fascinating. So I don't know. Real is a fascinating topic because real can be what you want it to be. And sometimes making something real that you don't think actually is real can be a good way of tricking your brain into thinking in good, positive ways. That's one aspect. There's another thing that if you think the mattress is real and you close your eyes and you jump without checking if the mattress is real or not, that's a little different, I know. So, yes, please subscribe, spread the word. I'm a man just sitting in my kitchen in Vermont. I have watched a Vermont resident go from small potatoes to an absolute just a monster size acreage of potatoes. Do I believe that anything is possible, but some things are impossible, both being true simultaneously? Spud gun. Do you believe that anything is possible, but some things are impossible, both being true simultaneously? I will give you an exceptionally vague answer. Sometimes being vague is the best way to go, and to let you make up your own mind, because if you're programmed, I don't want to continue programming you. I don't want to continue programming you. I think a lot more is possible than we think. How's that for vague? The ship of Theseus is a paradox that asks if every part of a ship is gradually replaced, is it still the same ship, or is it completely new? I think the answer is it's a completely new ship. And let's say there is one last part you are replacing. Let's say it's a knob on a door. It's the only remaining physical part of the ship that has been 99.99999% replaced. I imagine having a ceremony marking the day we pull the knob out and replace it with a new one. Do you believe that if Snuffleupagus was to travel, it would be of us via bus? The Snuffleupagus bus. Via bus, the Snuffleupagus bus. Oh, bro is a Substack author. I don't know what Substack is. I can safely say all I've learned about the internet is that it's addictive, and I'm addicted to the internet. But that's okay, so is everybody else. That's not true, not everybody is as addicted as myself. I would say there's a chunk of people who choose to put their phones in their cars and leave them there just to teach themselves what it's like to be disconnected. Disconnected. I think it's okay to be addicted to your phone. You might as well admit it. What if your phone stopped working? Have you ever experienced your phone just completely dying? And the screen goes black and you can't turn it back on. Good job. Excellent use of the apps. Snuffleupagus is Big Bird's imaginary friend. If Snuggleuppagus is a figment of Big Bird's imagination, is Snuffleupagus actually real? Is Snuffleupagus actually real? Well, you have to remember there are people making those costumes appear to be real when we are just being programmed by people acting as if it is real, as if either Big Bird or Snuffleupagus is real. And I think what you're asking is if I had an imaginary friend sitting right here and I named him Super Ninja, and Super Ninja could get really small and I could watch him do acrobatics around the kitchen. And I swear I could see him do some flips and cool stabbing motions. I swear I saw him swing from the chandelier. Is Super Ninja real? No, he is all made up in my imagination. Now is my imagination occasionally right? Will I ever get to be a professional musician? I don't know if I'm losing hope. The more I live, and it's painfully obvious I'm nowhere in my career. I'm sorry to say, someday I'll have to give this up. I'm sorry to say, someday I'm gonna have to give it up. Yes, I think our entire reality is made up of thought forms. Are we copies? And I think we don't want to understand, but a big part of our brain is definitely operating on pre-installed machinery as well as updated and installed machinery. Nope. Till death, every defeat is psychological. You got it, Chad. No, till death, every defeat is certainly psychological. That is a really awesome sentence. You are awesome people. Yes, Anna Danielle, yes, I remember you. I need your help. I'm a man on a mission, a man with ambitions, which gives me a conviction. It's like the best kind of the disease, and the only cure is to play my heart out, and sometimes sing a bunch of notes out of nowhere. It's fun to just let my mind go. Let my mind go. Hello, tourniquet. Hello, Anna Daniel. MS123 hyphen V8 fee. V8 fee. Note till death, every defeat is psychological. You got it, Chad. You got it, Chad. Chad. Yes. All right. Stretch the legs. See another Ed Sheeran, but in Peter version. I'll take that, gosh darn it. I want to be a clean-cut, happy individual that spreads good messages, hopefully, if everything originates from a thought and we introduce miracles to this equation. Does that mean we can essentially create anything that we could possibly imagine? Now, yes, but with limitations. My imagination can't do everything, of course. I can't fly. I can imagine flying. I can't suddenly become the size of an ant. I can imagine becoming the size of an ant. I can believe whatever I choose to believe, but I can also unbelieve whatever I've only believed my whole life. Have you ever decided to give up a belief just to see what happens? I don't know any David Bowie, I'm sorry. I don't play any covers. I'm a very stubborn individual, and I'll explain why. When it comes to music, I don't see too many people playing their own stuff all the time because it's not very entertaining to an audience. So we are saying that anything is possible, but some things are impossible. Yes, I don't see any harm in saying that some things are impossible. I don't like to deal with absolutes like 100% or 0. Let's just say that there has to be better ways to have conversations with ourselves. And the conversation I want to have with myself as often as possible is, man, I didn't think it was possible to feel this good, did you? And then have that internal dialogue going on instead of the opposite. I think that a duality is okay to live in. I do. I also think of it like a seesaw. Maybe that is frustrating because maybe it would be much better if it was clean cut and dry, one thing or another. And I so very much want to believe that. But I will make a few points here. And one of the points is that the human eye can only see a very, very small part of the light spectrum. And I think it's way below 1%. And maybe I'm wrong, but if I'm ever wrong, I will admit my incorrections. So imagine if your eye could see 10% of the light spectrum. You don't move, but you suddenly let in more of the spectrum. What you are seeing right now is painfully limited by what your eye could see. And maybe we don't want to see all the spectrum of light. Maybe that would be horrible. We couldn't do it suddenly, for sure. We would need to evolve into something that could have more light spectrum sensitivity. So my point about that, and the metaphor for that, is that if you think of consciousness as our eyesight, there's so much more that we are getting all the time. We just can't see it. And that is my imagination. I want to know what I can't see. And I'm not thinking that there's ever going to be an end to what I might be able to discover. So a duality can exist as long as there is perpetual motion in one direction or other to try to figure out what bandwidth is tugging, pushing and pulling. And in my thoughts, I want to be able to say I exist somewhere in between. I want to say that I will never get to one side or the other. Maybe you could say that life and death is the ultimate definition of duality. Like, we're alive knowing we will die. I drive past a field of dead bodies every day. For like acres, I see tombstones of people that were alive just like me. I'm very much aware that I will die one day. And that is okay. I want death to be a lesson taught ahead of time, in the sense that I want to put on the record my best thoughts, my best ideas, my best performances. I want to put on the record the fact that I never want to apply for another job again because this is my job application. I want to make sure that I am being very clear about my intentions, that I want to be able to do this exact performance in a large venue with an audience that showed up knowing exactly what they were in for. And maybe they would be disappointed by the show, or maybe they would have an amazing show. And I would have to live with the idea that maybe for some people they loved it, and I would have to understand that a percentage of the people absolutely despised it. And they would never see me again, listen to me again, talk about me again. And that is something that I am trying to instinctively anticipate ahead of time. Is something limiting our ability to perceive more of the light spectrum? Yes. You could argue that if you believe that we are incarnations of a long line of living things, that through millions of years, generation after generation after generation, born, I think our inability to conceive of deep time is like our eyesight. We don't have an ability to perceive deep time. I don't think. Not everybody does, at least. Maybe some are better at others. You can't please all the people all the time. W.M.C. Fields did say that. And I think he would agree with me, or I would agree with him, that if you could say 20% of the people might despise you, then that's 80% of people that might like what you do. Instinctively anticipated or participate. I got you. I probably lose my train of thought more than I care to admit. So I think what I was talking about is, I enjoy talking about the duality, that I've lived long enough to know that it is important I do not lock my mind up in one particular way of thinking, including things that I thought were bedrock about history, about politics, about culture. I feel like the same way the eye can only see a small part of the spectrum, the same way I cannot conceive of deep time, and I also cannot conceive of deep history. So I think my brain tries to say, well, I shouldn't have to think about any of that, and I should think of every performance as going forward. This is my best foot forward. This is, if I were to make a metaphor, this is the war that I need to fight. I need to be a soldier in it, and I have to be a willing participant, an army of one. I want to have a religion of one member, me, and it's secret. I like it. It sounded good because it is an instinct. That's why I wanted to ask. And that's wonderful questions, excellent questions. I really, truly appreciate them. Do you feel the possibility of our loss of past ability of telepathy is actually an evolutionary outcome and not a downgrade? Interesting point. The idea that we used to be able to be more powerful with our brains is something that I honestly had never really considered, but I'd always nibbled around that concept. That's an amazing question. Please hold on to that question. If we used to be able to be telepathic, but they decided it was not good for society, for everyone, because it was very destructive and they needed to get telepathy out of us. So maybe that's what they did and started over and made sure that we couldn't get access to our really telepathic and even telekinetic abilities. Defining music is notes within space and time. You're right. I think about that quite frequently. These are amazing metaphysical questions that I absolutely love and I also want to talk about all the time. And that's what I want to do as part of my application for your employment. Help get my word out there. Subscribe, comment, like the video, because I want to skyrocket this thing. And I want to speak like this to a room full of people that are comfortable and hopefully not distracted by their phones. They can just sit and listen, and I will try to make every performance interesting. I won't always be successful, and I admit that ahead of time. That is for the record. I will not always be at my best, and I have a lot of mistakes to make. That is a strange thing to live with. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and many of them still haunt me. And I think music is my way of entertaining the duality of like absolute joy and euphoria, but also like abject isolation and depression and sadness. The Oregon Country Fair. The Oregon Country Fair is a place for you, sir. It is creativity in action. If apples grow from the sun, and every human being comes from apples, is everything made of light? Is everything made of light? What an awesome question. Holy cow. I don't play any covers, Elijah. I'm so very sorry. I'm a stubborn mule of a human being. I only play my own songs all the time. For now. I have nothing against playing covers. I love playing other people's songs. But I decided recently that it was important that for me to believe in myself, I needed to look back at the last 4 months of live streaming and to tell myself that if anybody looked back, not that anyone had ever listened to any of them or watched any of them, but just knowing that all those 100 hours are all my own songs tells me, yes, I am on a mission here, and I may be absolutely nowhere in my career, but I am still believing the dream is real. And I would like to believe that if somebody were to achieve their dream at 48 years old, that with that dream coming true would come the wisdom of a man who has lived with a quiet desperation for a very long time. And I'm not saying the desperation is comparative to anyone else's, that I am like the most desperate or I was the most desperate. Absolutely not. I like it, yes. Light and energy, and there is no death. We simply return to the source. Now, that is a wonderful, wonderful point. And I've been asking myself the question recently, how about trying to believe for 24 hours that is 100% true? For 24 hours. Tomorrow I wake up and I think to myself, there is no death. We simply shed our physical bodies and return to something that we couldn't even ever imagine felt so amazing. Perhaps everything is a form of plasma, and what makes humans so special is that we can ask the question, why? Yes, I agree. Here I am, a human, playing an instrument that somebody else built, designed, on strings that a company made, in a place with electricity, with a refrigerator and a fan. I'm on the second floor, in a house, in a neighborhood, in a town, in a state. I don't know Marcus' song, sorry. I love asking why. Why is a wonderful question. And infinite is impossible for me to wrap my brain around. Recently, I heard, again, that our universe is expanding, and that has been the theory and a given for a long time. Because if it's not expanding, that would be even weirder in a sense, possibly. Maybe not. I don't know. I have like a caveman brain compared to like the future of where knowledge and science and wisdom is going to go. But I would like to say, yes, expanding universe is contrary to energy, is neither depleted nor expensive. Now, I heard what they discovered in relatively recently, maybe the past couple years, is that it wasn't only expanding at the speed of light. Part of the theory is that it was faster than the speed of light. And I think the theory has based on all this information that I would never be able to synthesize and fully articulate. But I would say that it begs the question for this brain, these eyes that can only see 1% of the light spectrum, these ears that can only hear 1% of the sound spectrum. I am living without knowledge, a very dimmed and dulled down specimen of my species. That if you told me it is expanding, I want to know exactly what it is expanding into, and therein lies where science, I do not think, has any answers yet. And possibly they won't for a very long time. Now, I also want to suggest that we live in times where there are people right now who believe that space itself is fake, and there is no planets, there's no moon, there's no sun. All of it is a construction. Lizards see with their tongue. Yes, I like it. You're right. Their taste is their eyesight and whatever. Yes, their tongue informs them of so much information. I agree. So let's say, for example, that I could hear more than I ever could hear before. If I could see more than I could ever see before by 5%. Let's just say I believe that tomorrow, at 5% of the day, I will be able to have sharper eyes and sharper hearing, or more expanded eyes and hearing. I feel like it would give me a different perspective on what is possible, because if imagination is born from an organic, electrochemical factory up here, and this factory was built by DNA and transforming matter, is all matter without light would cease to exist. So light does so much for us. It's so impactful. It is essential. If humans needed Prometheus to give us fire, then how confident are we in humanity's ability to create an original thought, a copy of a copy thought form? Well, first of all, let me ask you the question. Do you think anything could ever be 100% unoriginal? I'm sorry I missed it too. What I heard was absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. Music is a magic carpet ride for the soul. Like a gentle, imagine being on a carpet ride with like thousands of people on a warm, like mildly breezy night, flowing over the clouds, completely comfortable. No chance of falling, no need for jets or engines or a fuselage or safety belts. Music is life, I agree. And I would say that music is wonderful because it exists in the ear spectrum. Yet the visual is so essential, and it's kind of an ephemeral, ethereal component of music. And that's why music and the visual arts have gone together for so very long. I'm going to play a few more songs and then call it quits. Gotta hang out with my boy. So help me get me to the big stage, all right? If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you haven't liked the video, please do. Help a soul get himself off the ground and onto the stage where he's been dreaming about his entire life. another poster. This is completely original. And I would think that maybe that is my mission, to state for the record that my best work has required me no forethought whatsoever. Over and over again, live stream after live stream, I have said things and sung things I have never said before, and I will never say again. Maybe that's the point. If music is life, I want to propagate. If we are all one and somebody tells you no, are you really just saying no to yourself if you listen to them? Created by the audience and their own experience, shared with the music man to create the beauty that's absolutely correct. That's the goal of singing your words out loud. I'm sad to say, so sad to say, I will never sing them again. I'm sorry to say, I will forget this ever happened, because I want you to understand what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck when all you want to do is music for your income. I am absolutely not unique in that paycheck to paycheck is a lot of how the world operates. I am not very original in so many ways. Recorded in for future reference, recorded in time, it lives forever. It lives forever, forever. Maybe that's why I'm such a stressed out, frustrated person all too much of the time. It's because I wonder what my life would be like if I was living comfortably. I wonder how my attitude would change. I wonder if I would smile a whole lot more. Do I live inside my head? All too often I think the answer is obvious. Is humanity's true opponent just amnesia? That's an excellent question. I'll have to repeat it. Is humanity's true opponent just amnesia? I would have to ask you an answer in return. What would we do without amnesia? Can you imagine if we remembered everything? Isn't it kind of awesome we can forget things that happened in the past? Or does that feeling never last? Or is it humanity itself? I, for one, love my own version of amnesia. Now I'm talking about slow amnesia. I work in the medical field. I know patients who have experienced sudden amnesia, and I can tell it's terrifying to them, and they hope it never happens again. But imagining losing weeks and months of your life and never getting them back. Imagine never getting your memories back. So I think amnesia is a problem, but also kind of a solution. Maybe it's a mixture, like oil and water, shaken up in a mason jar. If you give it time, the oil and water will separate. The water will be underneath the oil in a stark line between the two. Yes, it's a duality, but imagine picking up the guitar, picking up the jar and shaking it vigorously. You could not tell the difference between oil and water unless you had a microscope. And if you think about the limitations of the human eye, imagine if our eyes could be microscopes. Imagine if we could look between people's skin cells. Skin cells. In that contrast, what makes recognition? Yes, it does, it makes recognition. And I want to throw my hat in the ring. So the question is anything truly original? I don't have the answer to that question, but I will answer by admitting that I make mistakes that I will never make again. Sometimes songs are just mistakes that I will immediately forget. So way, I give myself amnesia in that after I play, I don't remember anything I played, but I remember that my fingers are sore from playing the guitar for 20 minutes at a time. But I know sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Sometimes a thought is just a thought. Sometimes a coincidence is just a coincidence. Sometimes luck is just luck. Sometimes I think there's nothing connecting anything. It's all just endogenous chemicals and hormones being released in my brain from having certain experiences and using certain substances to try to find the edge of my own brain. But I realize I could find the edge someday and not being very impressed with how expensive I thought my brain was. I thought my brain was better. Maybe I will be disappointed unless I forget that I wrote a terrible song on the spot. Or maybe I will want to remember everything. Is a bigger spoon better than a small spoon if you can't actually fit in your mouth around the bigger spoon? I would say I would prefer to have a bigger spoon, because if I had one instrument, it could be used for many things, and I could slurp my soup from my big spoon. This big spoon could also be a shovel, and I could use the shovel to bring fresh water to me from afar, so I could build my cabin with a fresh source of water just a few feet away. So a bigger spoon is much preferred if we're talking about a survival situation here. But I'm not saying it's 100%, you're just asking if I had to choose. And in this case, tonight is about duality. Can that duality exist if you can choose one outcome or another? Or are you doomed to only have one at a time? And maybe playing music and talking like this is my way of putting my application in to be your loyal employee. Loyal employee. So I'm gonna hit the road. Thank you for spending time with me. It's been most enjoyable. Your questions have been amazing. Choose your own adventure. I love that we are discussing such things. I find myself to be quite an alien because I want to talk about these things. I want to talk about these things. Yes, I want to talk about these things every day. Every day I feel like an alien. I know all things are temporary. This one goes out to Ella and Daisy. Ella and Daisy, you both are amazing, and I'm so happy to be spending some time with you and your owner. Ella and Daisy, you drive me crazy. This is your song. I hope you enjoy. I said, Ella and Daisy, you are both so very lazy, but you drive me crazy tonight. Tonight, I'm so sorry. I will forget this song tomorrow, unless I'm given a reason to sing it again. I'll remember it next time, I promise. Thank you so very much. Ella and Daisy, how did you get to be so lazy? Are you done driving me crazy, at least for tonight? I had a friend named Riz, and Riz was awesome. Riz is somebody I completely cherish. I wonder, does Riz like chocolate milk? That's my son Miles. He's getting some chocolate milk. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Generally, it will be just me on my live stream. Generally, I'm gonna take some time to talk about what is personal to me. I want it to be something I grow accustomed to. Accustomed to. Ooh, Ella and Daisy, you're so lazy. I hope you get to meet Riz, 'cause Riz is the shiz. Riz is the shiz. Nice. Chocolate milk is amazing. Thank you so very much, guys. Have an amazing night. I appreciate it. I'm gonna sign off here. My fingers are gonna fall off. I got some chilling to do tonight. Got to hang out and do some fun stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I want to do this every day of my life, and I want to get better and better at it, and I'm going to need your help in order to do that. I'm not messing around here, I promise you. I'm a very serious individual a lot of the time. And sometimes the best things in life are the simplest things, aren't they? Sometimes just some refreshing chocolate milk is all you need. I'm never grateful enough, but grateful that you have spent time with me. Thank you so very much for coming on this journey with me. I never know how to land this plane, so I will just let her down easy. Did you make chocolate milk?
Yeah.
Nice. If you don't put as much chocolate milk in it, leave a little air pocket in there, it's easier to shake up. That's me, my life advice. Very deep and philosophical. SRT Johnny, thank you so much. Ella and Darwin, 3rd grade. Oh my goodness. Ella and Darwin in the 3rd grade and kindergarten. Ella and Darwin, you've grown up so fast. Ella and Darwin, you're in the 3rd grade and kindergarten. That's so cool. I hope tomorrow's an awesome day. I hope people make you smile. My guess is you make them smile all the while. But sometimes the day isn't as fun as you'd hoped it'd be. And I think you're awesome for making it through all those hard days. Ella and Darwin in 3rd grade in kindergarten, thank you for being so awesome. I'm gonna finish up now. Thank you all for watching me tonight. I'm gonna have myself some pizza. I don't ever know how to say goodbye, so I won't say goodbye. I will say until next time, which will be tomorrow night, and Tuesday night, and Thursday night, and Friday night, and Saturday night. Do I have a problem? Am I a bit obsessed? Yes, I am. Tonight's theme has been, I feel like an alien, and the more I describe it, the more it makes sense as to why. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Be yourselves tomorrow. Be happy with the life that you are seeing through those eyes of yours, and hearing through those ears, and breathing through that mouth, and smelling through that nose, and feeling through your skin. Make it a great day. I believe that we are capable of more than we know, and I want to find out what. So let's go on that journey, all right? All right, guys, have a great night. You're amazing, and I love you.